Hi from the Finlandia Village Fitness Center and welcome to Physio Joe's Health Info Talk. Today we're going to go through postural exercises. So we have about 5 basic exercises to teach you, and for a couple of them we're going to go through the progression so that on your own you can progress as you feel you're ready for the next one. You just come back to this video and see what the next one is. I have recruited Allison the Kin to help me out with this one, so she's going to demonstrate. We're going to start off showing you how to do what we call a doorway stretch. So one of the muscles that typically gets tight is the ones in the front of the chest. So all you need for this is a doorway to stretch your pectoral muscles. The hand is on the one side. She's standing nice and tall in good position. She took a little step forward. Now as her body comes forward, the arm is stuck on the door there, so she's going to feel that stretch in the front of her chest. Now Allison's going to turn around and show you how she do the right arm. And now you can see from this side what that looks like. Doesn't matter what foot you put forward, but if that feels more comfortable balance-wise, that's fine. Now if your doorway is narrow enough, ours are pretty wide, but if your doorway is narrow enough, you can put your arms on either side as long as your forearm and elbow is supported by the frame of the door. And then as you step forward, your body comes forward, your arms stay there, so you feel that pulling right in front of the chest. Allison will show you where you should be feeling that, right across there. Okay, good. Next, do you want to come in here a little bit? Okay, so that stretches the muscles in the front of the chest. Now, we also want to strengthen the muscles behind. If you turn around, we want to strengthen the muscles back here. So it's great that you can bring your shoulders back. If you gain enough flexibility in the muscles here that you can bring your shoulders back into this position when you do your marionette pose, that's great. But if you don't have the endurance or strength in the muscles back here that are designed to hold your shoulders there, you're just going to end up rounding forward again and you're going to lose that position. So first thing to do is your marionette pose, nice, good, tall posture. So now we're going to do what we call a scapular retraction, but you guys can call it a shoulder blade squeeze. So she's bringing her shoulder blades together. Pretend there's a tennis ball there. Hold it about 3 seconds and release. And again. And release. Good. And again. So for this one here, I'd want you to do between 10 to 15 reps, holding 3 seconds while you're squeezing. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention for the doorway stretch earlier, that one's a sustained stretch. So you would want to do it 2 times per arm, 30 seconds each, so that it's a total of 1 minute of stretch. Okay, now we're going to go over to the bed because the next 3 exercises are best done in this position, but we have modifications as usual. Okay, so the first one, I'm going to sit down because it'll come right here. So the first one is regarding the neck. As we said before, you're going to be able to hold your posture in standing, pulling your shoulder blades back if you strengthen the muscles between the shoulder blades. Same thing with your head. When your neck comes forward, your head comes forward, you need to have strength in the muscles that bring the head back into the neutral position. So from here, what Allison's going to do is a neck retraction. She's going to push her head into the bed. And now relax. Good. And we don't see very much movement there, Allison. So how about you put your head on a pillow? So we will actually be able to see your head go straight back. There we go. That's much better. Now Allison was able to do it flat on the bed earlier because she has very good range of motion in her neck. Some people, if it's been years that your head's been in a forward position, you may not be able to lay your head completely flat without a pillow. So I recommend, as you're starting this, to use a pillow so you can actually feel that your head is going straight back. And the key thing is that you're not nodding at the same time. You're looking straight ahead, you're looking up towards the ceiling, and you're just going straight back. Nose is going straight back down towards the floor. Perfect. So for this one, just like the squeezes a while ago, you're holding it for 3 seconds at the bottom and doing 10 to 15 reps. All right. Now this one that we just talked about, head back against the pillow, you can also do that up against the wall in a seated position. So either a high back chair in your vehicle using the headrest, or sitting up against a wall and pushing your head straight back against the wall. It doesn't have to be laying down. So if you're watching TV at a commercial, it'd be a good idea to do this one. Good habit to get into. All right, so from there, we're gonna move on to transverse abdominis, the core muscles. So we talked in our earlier video about how to engage the core in that static position. When you're ready to do this next bout of exercises, is that you can hold that position there for 10 seconds and you're breathing normally throughout and you don't lose that contraction under your fingers. So now I'm gonna hand the mic over to Allison and she's gonna explain to you different positions to progress this exercise to make your core even stronger.
Okay, so from there you can start by just bringing one leg up at a time.
While holding your core?
While holding that core, that contraction. So you can keep your hands there to feel it. Okay, to make that more difficult, bring your arms up straight. And again, you can continue with one leg at a time. And when you're lifting your leg up, you want to keep it at 90 degrees here and 90 degrees at the knee. So 90 degrees at the hip, 90 degrees at the knee, and keep the arms straight up over your shoulders. From there, you can lift both legs up, hold for 10 seconds, and then come back down. To make that more difficult, you can hold it here for longer than 10 seconds. And then progress to bringing one leg out at a time.
All while keeping your back flat.
Keeping your back flat and breathing normally.
So how many reps should they do and how long to hold all these for?
10 to 15 reps, and you want to hold when you're holding 10 seconds and then rest.
Okay.
And then the final progression would be bringing the opposite arm and hand out together while keeping the other two
stationary. Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay, next is the glutes. So you want your bum muscles to be the reason why we're working on our core is that that's the muscle that will help stabilize your spine. We talked about that before. We need for your glutes to be able to help out as well. So we showed you in the last video how to wake up your glutes in this bridge position. So when you're doing this, we're wanting to shut off the hamstring in this position and activate more your glutes. If you want more of if you haven't seen the video that was posted before this one, and you want a little bit more information about why we're in this position, just go have a look at that. So I'm gonna get Allison to show you progressions of this one as well. There's only a couple of them. And then I'm gonna talk to you a bit about something that I would have liked to say in the last video, but call me blonde, I forgot. Okay, Allison, from there.
So from just your regular bridge, you can add a band around your knees to make it more difficult. We don't have one right now, but and then from here you would stand up and you're gonna do hip extension.
At the countertop?
Yep.
Or a table.
Okay, so you wanna maintain that good posture the whole time and just lift your leg back. Squeeze those glutes and then forward. So you don't wanna be leaning forward. We only have 30 degrees of hip extension, so your leg's not going to go back very far. So squeeze.
And what should they do
down
before they lift their leg up?
Engage your core, always. Okay?
And that one too, sorry, holding 3 seconds when you get to
Yes.
the back, 10 to 15 reps?
10 to 15 reps. So to progress that, you could just add on a band.
Perfect, that's good. Now, I'm gonna get Allison to flip the camera to me. It's not the first time that I forgot to do something. So the last time when we were talking about feet against the wall, I forgot to explain how to get in and out of the position. I apologize. I don't wanna have to do another video that'll only take a couple of seconds. But one thing that I really wish I had remembered to tell in the previous one where we're talking just about TA and glutes is, so we showed you there in a bridge position how to wake up your glutes without having your hamstring do all the work. Another thing that I've realized by treating a lot of people that have had surgery, so they've been living for years and years with pain in their hips and their knees, they come to see us after their surgery, and when I ask them to squeeze the right bum cheek, individual, like alone, on its own, without contracting the left, a lot of people have a really, really hard time. And one of the reasons why is we're taught, or we're teaching our patients after surgery to squeeze the bum. So a lot of the exercises that are within the first couple of weeks or couple of days of surgery is to squeeze the bum and let go. So trying to get the muscle, and that's pretty much trying to wake up the glutes, which is fine. But once you get into the rehab afterwards, and we're working that specific leg versus the leg that's healthy and has not been operated on, you want to be able to engage that right glute without the left. The comment I've often had was, I can't do that. That's not possible. How can you squeeze one bum and not squeeze the other? When you squeeze them, they squeeze together at the same time. If you work at it, you'll be able to do it. So I am so not someone who loves to show off her bum, but I will do this just for you because of what we're talking about today, just to show you, just to prove to you that yes, you can squeeze one bum separate from the other. So I can squeeze my right bum cheek and I can squeeze my left. I can do right, I can do left. Now, if you look down here, you can see my leg moves a little bit. So you're gonna have your hamstring kick in a little bit to help because it does, it's trained that way. I just don't want the hamstring to do all the work for the glutes. So the previous video, that bridge that you're working on, you work on that bridge every time you're laying down. When you're standing up, here's a little trick or a little challenge for you. When you're brushing your teeth in the morning and at night, I want you to practice squeeze the right, hold for about 5 seconds, squeeze the left. Squeeze and squeeze. And if you have any kind of arthritis in the hips, the knees, the ankles, or you've had surgery before and you're trying it and you're saying, it's not working, I can't get, keep at it. Practice, 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 even though you may not feel anything happening and you don't physically feel it when you're touching your bum, you are engaging those muscles and it will come with time. Just don't give up. That's it for today. See you later. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Talk to you soon.